All right, welcome back, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you clicking on the channel and checking out some more Tool. This time we've got a little different, as you see in the description there when you clicked. We're actually going to do an interview with Adam Jones. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I can find out who the interviewer is. It just says this is a video from Cosmic Dawn. I don't know who she is, or if this is her interview, or where she got this, but this is what I found, and I was just gonna I was gonna react to it. But it's an interview with Adam Jones from Tool. So I guess it's called How Tool Got Started. So that would be of interest to me. So I'm gonna check it out. Let's do it.
It's very strange because I met Maynard. He moved out to LA, and through mutual Libertyville friends, Tom Morello and a bunch of other people that, still all hang out together. Maynard was dating this girl from Libertyville, and that's how he and I met, and we just hit it off instantly.
Libertyville's the rock and roll center of the universe, man.
It is, and it's this underground secret. But he and I hit it off, driving around his car, listening to Metallica, and watching Italian horror movies, and
that's great.
Yeah,
sounds like hitting it off to me.
He's also just this person who's very driven, and that's this thing I realized. I have always done really great things because I kind of surrounded myself with people who are motivated, people who are heroes, and I just kind of feed off that, and it makes me want to work harder and do what I do better. And Maynard's one of those people. He's just, whatever he's doing, he's got to do it right. And he's got his own kind of structure.
Also
I don't know if that's from the Army or if that's just kind of, or something, off about his personality. But I really got off on that. And at some point, we had talked about just goofing around with music. And I had no idea he could sing. And we were friends with all the Green Jello people. I used to help the Green Jello people in the day, they had these costumes, and they used to
like a
drive
Guar
around.
type vibe, right?
What's that?
Green Jello, like a Guar type
Yes,
vibe. Yeah.
yes. But more like, Saturday morning cartoons, cereal commercial.
What was their tune?
Their big hit was Three Little Pigs.
Oh, yeah, Little Pig, let me in.
That's Maynard.
Oh, is it?
Not by the hair of my chin.
Really?
That's Maynard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he had joined that. He had met those guys through me, and I had done makeup effects for so long and worked on movies, and so I was like their hero because they were finding these, cat piss couches and taking the foam and carving the foam and making these costumes, and I was like, no, you can do a sculpture and cast it and then run up 2-part foam and paint it like this. And so at some point, Maynard and I were talking about, let's start a band. It'd be fun just to, mess around. We had some other friends, and then Maynard just slipped me this tape. And he goes, yeah, here, check this out. It's just something I was doing back in Michigan. And I was like, okay. And it was a band he was in, and I put it on and my hair stood up on my arms. And I was like, oh, you can sing. Maynard, you can sing. And he knew it. He just didn't have the confidence, I think, to kind of go, yeah, I'm a good singer. So our band kind of started out like this, just for fun, just this therapy, fun band. So we started jamming, and we started trying to find people to jam with us. And in those days, it was really hard. The glam metal was kind of just at its tail end.
Just late 80s then, or?
Yeah.
89 or whatever.
Yeah. And kind of this, more like, really underground sound started coming out, which I would say is kind of grunge now. And to me, all that kind of stemmed from the Melvins. So the point was, when we started Tool, we weren't trying to get signed. And it was really hard finding other people to jam with because, like I said, when you look through, I don't know in your day, but looking through, this, like the listings, it was like, oh, I'm into Rat, I'm into this, I'm into that. And so it was all, we kept jamming with these guys that were very pretty, who had sprayed hair out to here, and, really nice jeans tucked in cowboy boots. And
that was the big one.
And I'm not making fun of that. It's just, that's the era, and it's big influence on me. But we just weren't connecting. And, through Green Jello, Maynard, they moved into this big space, and it was by where Danny Carey lived. And Danny Carey, it was a commercial space, and Danny Carey was one of the 2 drummers in Green Jello.
Really?
Yeah, Green Jello had 2 guitar players, 2 bass players, and 2 drummers. And then they had like 60 people in their band.
Yeah.
And just great. Maynard and I used to go see them. It was amazing. But anyway, long story short is we kept asking Danny to jam with us. And at that time, Dan was in he was in a couple TV bands, which are bands that they'll be filming a sitcom, and the TV band will play between the shots to keep the the audience warmed up. Yeah, it's cool. Maynard and I, Maynard calling me, he goes, "Hey, the drummer from Autograph is going to jam with us," and we were really excited. So we were jamming at Danny's studio, and that's where the Green Jello people would play. And Danny let us jam there, and the guy blew us off.
Oh,
yeah, he didn't show up, and so we had been asking Dan to jam with us, and he was like, "No, I don't have time." So we're like, "Dan, come on, this guy blew us off. Just walk in the next room." He's like, "All right, I'll do it one time," And he jammed with us, and then he was like, "Hey, we should do this again," And it was just really incredible. And then we found Paul Tamor. He was a friend of mine, and he had moved down from Seattle, and he was like a really good guitar player, but he said he was just totally sick of playing guitar. He wanted to just play bass. And we're like, okay, let's jam, because we need a bass player. But he kind of played the bass like a guitar, which was kind of cool, like chords. And so that's how it started. And like I said, we all had day jobs. I really enjoyed that. And then there was some point where we got signed as a band, and we laughed. We laughed so hard when we got our first record offer, because we were just like, what? Because we thought, like A&R people and record people are, they're not really a lot of times have their pulse. I mean, some of them do have their pulse on what's happening, but most of them don't. It's just this business thing, and it's a lot of old guys with ponytails so it started with 1, and then it turned into 3, and then we kind of went, oh, maybe we should do this. And I think it went up to 7 or 9, because once, like a kind of a few of the major record labels were approach someone, they all get in on it.
Sure, of course, yeah.
They know something we don't know. And so that's when we started taking it seriously and going, okay, well, let's try this, And then I don't know which movie I was working. I was working on Jurassic Park. I was sculpting dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, and I went to my bosses and my foreman, and I said, I want to go do this. And they were like, yeah, go do it, dude. You can always come back.
Right.
And then my other guys I know who were just, it's end all be all doing what they're doing. They just thought, oh yeah, go screw up your life, Adam.
Mr. Rockstar.
Yeah, exactly. And it really worked out, but it worked out because we did things our way. Tom helped me out a lot with, talking about the business.
Because he was already signed at that point.
He was signed. He was in this band called Lockup, and he was like the best thing in the band. He's just amazing guitar player. And then he moved on to, Rage. And so Tool and Rage kind of came up at the same time. And then, Green Jello and other bands that we knew, we kind of learned from their mistakes on what they did. And the one thing we learned was, if we took less money, we got more control. And the people signing us thought that was great. Oh, I signed this band for no money, but they can't make a move without us.
Right.
We have that artistic freedom.
Wow. Is that it? Looks like it. Well, that was freaking interesting. Totally interesting. Adam Jones. Now I know his name. Adam Jones. What a cool interview, but just he was so good about telling the story. He's just a real good storyteller. That was awesome, man. There was so much in there, just how Tool started. Isn't it crazy where they just sort of fell backwards into this whole thing, and other bands will be like trying it for years and never go anywhere. It's crazy how that works. Obviously they deserve it. They just are so, unique and just like so perfect. Just their placement in rock and roll, it's so good. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with that. So, hey, maybe I'll walk backwards into something great soon. Maybe you will too. Maybe you already have. That was really a neat interview, though, man. Just how him and Maynard became buddies, just that's so cool, just like not strangers coming together and making a band because you answered an ad, but, those two are like hanging out and having fun and then jamming and, hey, yeah, let's do more, That's really, really cool. And it's really cool how he talks about Maynard and how you can tell that he really likes what he does vocally. He's sounds like a guy that encourages people. Sounds like a real encourager, where he goes, dude, you can sing, man. Yeah. But that was cool. That was really neat. I hope you guys liked that. I sure did. Super fun. I'm see if I can find anything else like that, because if there's more stories, it'd be interesting to hear them. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you're subscribed, I really do appreciate that. And that just means you're kind of coming back more often and checking out more stuff, things that you like. That's cool. It also gets all that stuff you like out there in another sort of vein or tentacle, as you will, to push out that music that you really love and just to have other people experience and enjoy it and things like that. So that's very cool. So subscribe if you haven't yet. And also, if you're interested in helping out the channel, you can do that down below in the description. And we will see you guys in the next video and down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of that interview. Bye-bye.